everybody, it is Gambit day, and I'm sorry if I sound really tired. This is gonna be me for the next month, so we're gonna all have to get used to it. But it is Gambit day. I've played quite a lot of Gambit at this point, but I've never actually played with random people who I'm not talking to versus other people who are not talking to each other. It's always been quite a competitive environment that I've played Gambit in, so I'm really excited to see how it plays just in the wild, how it's just going to play when you're loading up solo queuing and how that feels. But in this video, what I want to do is go through some of the things that are going to make you pretty much the best you can be with Gambit in terms of knowing what's going on in the game, knowing what you need to do at any given time, and just generally giving some tips for Gambit. So of course it's going to be live really soon. When this video goes up, it's probably only an hour till it goes up, and I hope that you find it helpful. So let's jump into the basics of Gambit. With Gambit, you are going to be killing aliens in your arena, and you're going to be picking up these little things. They're called motes, but they look like shiny white triangles. You're going to pick them up, and you're going to bank them in a middle central location called the bank, and you're going to want to bank them at 5, 10, and 15 mote intervals. If you have 4, you're not going to summon any kind of blocker to the enemy team. If you do 7, it's the same as banking 5. Of course, it goes towards your total of motes banked, but it's not going to send any blockers. And that's what you want to be doing. You want to have your team running around, grabbing 5, 10, 15 motes, banking them so that you can send a blocker to the enemy team. That's going to mean that they cannot bank any of their motes until they deal with all of those blockers. So if you guys are doing that effectively, you'll actually find that the enemy team has a bit of a pain to deal with all of those enemies that you are sending over. Now, when it comes to getting more motes, you want to be keeping an eye and an ear out for the announcer saying high value target on the field. Basically, there's going to be this guy. I don't think I have any gameplay of me killing this guy, but there's a monster alien dude on the field that has this kind of white glow around him, and he's a much harder alien to kill than the others you've been killing, but killing him drops a butt ton of motes. If you're trying to get a large blocker over to the enemy team, that's going to be the fastest way to do it. So if you are talking to people in your team, call out where this high value target is and take them down together so you can get all of those juicy motes. Now, when it comes to invading, I definitely recommend going over if you have special ammo, if you have heavy ammo, or you have a super, just something that's going to help you in getting over there and taking down as many people as possible. Now, when you do go and invade, you can actually see how many motes someone has right next to their player name. So it will say Miss 5000 watts times 10. So when you first go through, you can see every single enemy, you can see roundabout where they are, and it will say how many motes they have. So you want to scope it out, see who has the most motes, and try and prioritize that target. Because even if you just take down that one person, but they had 10 motes on them, that is a lot, because when you lose your motes, they are gone forever. There's no recovering them. There's no way to get them back. You die and they are gone. Now, you may be wondering, when is the best time to invade? What should I be looking out for? Of course, you have to wait until you bank 25 motes in order to invade, and then you'll be able to invade again at 50 and 75. But what you can do is look at the top of the screen where it says the score. You can see how many motes have been banked. There's also a gray-white area that shows how many motes the enemy team is currently carrying on them. So you have a lot of information from this bar. You know how many has been banked, so how close they are to their primeval, and then you can see how many motes. You don't know exactly how many, but you can tell by the bar if it's a big bar or a little bar how many motes they are carrying on them. So you can look at that and be like, oh my gosh, these guys are carrying on to 15 motes each. I'm going in and I'm going to try and take that out. So that's always good to keep an eye out for, because it's very useful information. Now, when it comes to getting your primeval out, you're not going to want to use all of your super crazy damage straight away, because what happens is the primeval comes out and you start off not doing hardly any damage to the primeval. You'll pop your super on that thing and shoot rockets and you'll be like, oh, nothing happened. So what you want to do initially is there's going to be a bunch of other ads that spawn around the primeval. What you want to do is focus on those ads. Focus on taking that stuff out so you don't have to deal with it. It's not shooting you. You don't have to worry about it. And then when you get to Primeval Slayer, I would say around 4. This is a buff that you get over time and for killing ads in the arena. I would say that when you get to Primeval Slayer times 4, that's when you can really start dumping some damage into your Primeval. You can, of course, do it before then, but I personally have found that it is easier to just make sure that you're clear of ads and then start really dumping damage at Primeval Slayer times 4. That's when it feels like I'm actually doing a decent amount of damage. Of course, when you get 5, 6, 7, when you're on Primevals times 10, that's your max, you are going to completely melt that thing. So, of course, when you have your Primeval out, the enemy team can keep invading you over and over and over and over again. And if you die to that invader, your Primeval will get healed. So death heal Primeval, I'm sure you've heard that a lot. Don't die, it's very important. Of course, try not to die. You're gonna die, but it's gonna be okay. Try not to die. But if you are kind of using the strategy that I'm talking about where you're waiting to burn the Primeval, when someone comes over, if they kill you and you've done no damage to your Primeval, it's kind of whatever. It doesn't matter that much because they're not healing the Primeval at all. And also, if you're waiting to have quite a big Slayer buff, if someone comes over and is invading you and you're on Primeval Slayer times 6, 7, or whatever, you can burn that Primeval down and just focus it and get it completely dead before the person can do anything to you that is invading. So I think that's it. It's gonna be really fun. I really can't wait for you guys to play it. I want you to come back to this video and let me know what you think of Gambit, because I think it's a really, really fun mode. I've not tried solo queuing in it, so I'm very excited to do that. But yeah, those are kind of the things that you want to keep in mind when you're playing. You want to bank with 5, 10, 15 motes, look out for high value targets, keep an eye out for invaders, do not die. Dying and losing your motes is bad, dying and healing your Primeval is bad. So if you're fighting a bunch of ads and you find that you're taking a ton of damage, go and hide. Don't worry about killing them. Like, just take your time. It's gonna be okay. It's better to not die than to go in there and try and get one extra mote. Keep an eye out on the UI. It gives you a lot of information, how many motes they have on them, how many motes total banked. And yeah, when you get your Primeval out, make sure to take care of all the ads trying to murder you before killing that Primeval or attempting to kill that Primeval, because you don't do a lot of damage in the beginning when you first get it out. So I think that is it for Gambit. Those are my kind of top tips. I will have a video out on what I think are the best strategies after I've played Gambit today, because of course I've only played in quite a competitive environment, and that is not going to be the case for all the time. So I kind of want to make a video on what you can do as a Gambit player going into Gambit. Maybe you don't have a team, to try and win all the video games. But before we do leave, I do want to mention a website that I'm working with that I think is going to be really good going into Forsaken. Because of course, when you're going into Forsaken, Destiny has so many activities that require fire team. There's raids, there's maybe you want to go into comp with a fire team, maybe you just want to do patrols with a fire team. You want to hop into some quick play with a fire team. But raids and when Trials comes back are things that you absolutely need fire teams for. And I want to do whatever I can to facilitate people in this community getting a fire team and experiencing as much of the Destiny content as they possibly can. So the website that I'm working with is Game Roster. Game Roster is essentially like an LFG, but with Game Roster you can join a clan of like-minded people. So I have the Lamb Squad clan, for example. So everyone that's in that clan is someone who hangs out in the Twitch stream, who knows me. And not to brag or anything, but the people who hang around in our community are pretty damn cool. So the Lamb Squad clan and Game Roster tends to be full of pretty cool people. Signing up for this website is super easy. You just go to GameRoster.com, type in your PlayStation name, your Xbox gamer tag, and your Battle.net so that players can easily invite you to games. And then as soon as you've done that, you're good to join clans. You can join events. You can host your own event. So that's super easy. What you can do is just do host event. I want to raid at 6 p.m. on Friday on PlayStation, and it will send out the event to everyone in the clan. You can also set it to be an open thing So it can be an open event that is open to everyone on the Game Roster website. And then people just click the button, say, yes, I will be there for your raid. And you will have access to all of their information to go ahead and invite them. And hopefully even make more friends in the process. So you can fill out your friends list of people to play activities with. That is my ideal situation. That's what I want. I want people to have more friends to play Destiny with, because Destiny definitely is real good when you have people to play with. Game Roster also has an app that you can download, which will send you notifications to your phone when someone posts an event. So that's super good if you want to keep up to date with things that are being posted. That's a very good thing. It also has Discord integration. So in my Discord channel, which you can all join, it's discord.gg/Lamb Squad. In our Discord channel, we have a Discord room that is specifically for Game Roster events. So you can just look at that and see if there's any events that you want to join. I just think that it's cool because it's unlimited. You know, Bungie clans are limited to 100 people. So yes, we could make, you know, Lamb Squad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but those people are not in a clan together. So I love the fact that it's unlimited. I love that you can have like 5,000 people in there and everyone has access to playing with each other, which I think is really cool. So I'm all about people making friends, having a good time, sharing experiences with more people. So I thought this website would be a cool way for you guys to do that. So if you want to check it out, go to GameRoster.com. There'll be a link in the description for the Lamb Squad clan if you want to join us and play video games with us. I will, of course, be live for Gambit as soon as it goes live, but I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful. I hope you found some tips that maybe you didn't know before. I will have some more strategy type stuff going up after Gambit is out, maybe on Monday. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of Gambit. Go play Gambit, come back here and let me know what you think. Okay, you guys are awesome. Bye.